Hello and welcome. My name's Leanne. I live in Australia and this is my crafty cupboard.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my next instalment of Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 4. And our prompt this time was love. So let's get into it. So I want the heart or the love to be the thing that holds this piece together. And so I can see in the picture of the version I got at the in the kit at the op shop, it's got these little sort of triangle pieces. So I'm just going to do love hearts in those sections instead. So I've just laid out the pieces and drawn the angle and then folded it in half to work out the halfway point and then drawn the hearts at the top and then just extended it a bit for the parts that will go underneath and essentially be glued. So this is an inner piece and I'll get an outer piece and show you what I mean. So this is the outer piece. So that heart will simply be sandwiched in between the two. Like that. And then, all glued together. And when the box is in its folded up state, that all just folds in towards the center. And then when you take the lid off and the box opens out, it reveals the hearts. So I'll need 6 of these all together. And I've done one, so this is the actual stitch line here. That's the cut line, that's the stitch line. So I draw the stitch line so I can get a nice neat shape. And then just backstitch together. So let's have a go. Get some fabric. Just put the right sides together. Need to leave a little clearance around here because remember this is the stitch line for the top of the heart. But this is the cut line here. And the reason I've got the difference is the cut line here. Doesn't matter if it's not so accurate, it's going to be glued in between the two pieces. But this stitch line is really important to get that right. Yes, perfect. So if my calculations serve me correctly, I'll be able to make that. So I can get all 6 just from across this fat quarter, which is good. Well, not all 6, all 3. 6 pieces all up. So I'm just stitching on that stitch line. And I'm doing a back stitch, just small stitches, so that it'll stay sitting flat and won't pucker. I'm using Gooderman linen thread, but only because that's the only one I had that matched the colour of my fabric. So just taking my time with the back stitch and making sure it's going straight up and down through the fabric and not at an angle, and that's what helps as well to make the seam lie flat. It's possibly hard to see on the camera, is it? I'm not sure if it's picking it up well, because this is a very good colour match, this thread. The birds certainly think it's spring. The magpies have started serenading every morning. And my bulbs have started blooming, which is just lovely. I've got my first jonquils out. They're a bit late this year. And beautiful freesias. My irises have all grown their leaves, but there's no flower to be spotted yet, hopefully, fingers crossed. Our succulent garden has put up a massive flower spikes, so that'll be lovely when they're out. Anyway, you can see what I'm doing, just backstitch all along that line. I don't need to stitch these other edges because they'll be actually glued in between cardboard pieces, so just the heart shape at the top needs to be stitched. So I'll keep doing this and I'll be back when I've got more to show you. Okay, so that's all stitched down now, and it's time to clip all these curves so that it can turn in the other way. So just doing tiny cuts towards the seam, but not right on it. And the tighter the curve, the closer the little cuts need to be together. And now just to turn it in the right way. I'm just using my pen because it's got a nice rounded lid. Unfortunately, I can't do any embellishment or anything too much to these pieces because they're functional and they need to be quite thin because they need to fold up when the box is closed and then sit flat when the box is open. Okay, so that's ready now for me to take that away and give it a bit of a press. just do the small amount of top stitching that I'm going to do just to help hold it together. I might, I can see myself in the future revisiting this prompt and doing another piece around the theme of love, or sprinkle it all through the box. Okay, on to the next step. So I'm just using this Coats chain 20 crochet cotton. It's variegated, just to sort of top stitch. It's quite thick. I may not like it. I'll carry on. See what it's like when I'm done. This will be glued just along the edges here to the inner pieces and the outer pieces, and it's hard to do it while it's not. You can imagine along that sewing line, stitch line, and the box folds up. This will just fold in towards the centre. So when the box is assembled as a box, that will just be in there like that. And then when you open, take off the lid, it can lay flat and it will reveal the heart that's holding it together.
Speaking of love, one of my great loves is beautiful flowers, and my love took me to Royal Botanic Garden. We have a special building there called the Calyx, and they often have different exhibitions, and the one they have at the moment is called Love Your Nature, and it says explore a kaleidoscope of colour, plants and passion with Love Your Nature. Step inside the wonderfully diverse world of plant love in our new immersive horticultural exhibition. So it's just a really lovely exhibition with all these beautiful specimens that looks at all the different ways that plants reproduce and create all this beauty in our world. You know, be it attracting bees, etc. And it was just such a beautiful day to walk around the botanical gardens and enjoy the sunshine and see all the things that are blooming. This is a sundial. It's just exquisite, so I've zoomed in on the detail there. The little flowers happy to turn their faces to the sun. Beautiful, beautiful spot. If you ever get the chance, go. Look at the trunk on this tree. Isn't it amazing?
Thanks for watching. See you next time.